Yeah, I think I've learned over time to not react to things so extremely, but definitely when he told me at the time, I was like, "What? It's not my fault. I'm not doing it right." You know, like that's usually my MO. And I feel like over the years I've gotten better at that, and I try to think and reflect and not jump into it. And the way that I approach any scenario right now is to learn and to get the groundwork before I start advising. And to me, I had to learn with that with feedback to just stop, understand where they're coming from, understand what feedback's being given to me, and then respond. So definitely when he told me that, I was like, no, this is not my fault. This is how I was taught. But it had hit a point where like relationships were so bad that anything could have been better. And I said, he was like, just try it, right? Like, I know you don't want to do, but just try it. And I tried it, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh, you're right. Like if as soon as I like changed the script and just said, what do you guys think? Like all of a sudden relationships just got so much better. Everything got so much better. And it was really that critical trip. He told me this before I went down to like Nashville. And we did that. We spent the whole week working as a team, and I changed my whole approach that week. And when I got back, like they talked to me online. Nobody was talking to each other before, but they were like, hey, how you doing? How's it going? Like, did you have a good trip back? Like you can just tell that the whole relationship changed. And to me, I was like, oh, I like going to work now, right? Like I'm not dreading going to work. I like working with my team. They're awesome. They're really smart. Like those are good feedbacks. And seeing it in action really was what I think did it. But I was totally hesitant. I'm always like, I think people are very quick to get some of those critical feedback, and then you're like, like, no, it's not my fault. You get defensive. And it's definitely taken me years to like not be defensive on that stuff, but it's still like sometimes it does strike a nerve, and you have to take a step back and kind of reflect on it. It's not your job to come up with all the ideas. It's your job to really, influence a team and work as a team to get into that area. I think that was the best advice I ever got. It really made me just like take a step back, listen to the team, improve them. And I found that when you collaborate, you just learn so much more. You can go so much further. The team has so many ideas that I never would have thought of. And I think too with that, it was a message too that he put in there. It's not, feedback is not a personal thing. Nobody's saying like, Melissa, you're a bad product manager when they give feedback. It's just trying to make you better. So if you go in there with an open mind of, it's the team's job to make this better, and it's the team's job to give feedback even on my things, and me to give feedback on their things, that like keeps us all together. So I think that advice to focus on the team, it's not all up to you, to be humble, to ask questions, to approach that, it really changed the perspective of how I operated, and it made me a lot more successful.